Hello and welcome to season 3 of my career mode, but instead of watching this, you should probably go drink some Russian standard vodka. Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe here, and welcome back to my F1 2021 career mode. We are now at Russia for the Russian Grand Prix. If you haven't seen the last episode, I urge you to go back and do so before checking this one out. This is your last chance to do so before spoilers. Anyway, welcome along everybody. So after making a huge boo-boo with the strategy at Monza, we are now at Russia. We're trying to qualify. That Alfa Romeo is really not helping me. Cheers, Latifi. I mean, I shouldn't really insult the true GOAT of F1. That is King Latifi. He is the real GOAT of the sport. Anyway, we are now on our second qualifying lap because the first was interrupted by the Alfa Romeo. And to be fair, it wasn't too bad of a lap. We were faster than Yuki Sonoda, so it's not all that bad. But as we come round to complete the second lap, we've got 2 purple sectors and we're over a second up. So this is going to be a good lap, I reckon. We're going to now go around the last 2 corners, although I've missed the first apex. Slightly missed the second, but it doesn't matter. That's enough to get us through into Q2, which is all that we can ask for. And now we're just trying to push along and get our car in a decent position on the grid. I love driving around this track, it's got to be said. It's one of my favourite circuits to drive, just because of the fast corners and just, I don't know, I just love driving this circuit. I think it's great fun to drive. It's not really historically IRL held many great races, although last season's was definitely a highlight. Anyway, through qualifying, we are now currently sat P2 because Charles Leclerc is sitting on pole. And I tell you what, Leclerc's had a bit of a resurgence in form over the last few races. Ferrari started this season quite badly, but they are slowly sneaking their way up the field here. And Leclerc looking at pole position. My championship nemesis Perez is currently 3rd, so we want to stay ahead of him if we can. We're coming up to end the lap. We have a purple first sector, a green second sector. I think that might be our teammate ahead of us, Jenson Button. I hope he doesn't hold us up too badly. I don't think he should. We might get a little bit of dirty air in the last couple of corners, but that doesn't happen. We now head into them, and what is the time? What's the time, Mr. Wolf? It is pole position for the Russian Grand Prix.
Look at those who will be fronting the grid: Joker, Leclerc, and Sergio Perez. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix. Welcome along then to Sochi and the Russian Grand Prix, one of 8 cities in the world to play host to both the Olympics and a Formula 1 race. It's a Grand Prix that's proven difficult to crack for anyone beyond the first 2 rows of the grid in recent years, so let's see if that can change today. It's full throttle for around 56% of the lap here at the Sochi Autodrome, a 3.6-mile run around the site of the 2014 Winter Olympics. 12 right turns and 6 left turns give us a total count of 18, with passing opportunities available into turns 1 and 13. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk about Joker. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Joker lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Gasly, Lando Norris, and Button, Bottas, Hamilton, Sonoda, and Charles Leclerc. Giovinazzi, Russell, Daniel Ricciardo. They've taken a grid penalty, and Ocon, Stroll, Vettel, and Guan Yu Zhou, and Carlos Sainz. They'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi, Markelov, Mick Schumacher, and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out...
Right then, pole position, 27 laps. What can we make of this Grand Prix? It's lights out and away we go. We've got quite a bit of wheel spin there. The 2 Red Bulls are getting an absolute launch on me. But crucially, Verstappen, not playing the team game, has just jumped ahead of Perez. We have lost quite a few positions there. Jenson Button trying to go down the inside of them both. Is it going to make it? They're free wide into turn 1. And they're still side by side, but it's Max Verstappen that comes out on top. Jenson Button goes into second, and Sergio Perez, from looking at being first at one point, drops to third. It is drama at the first corner. I dropped to fifth. Perez got ahead, then Verstappen got ahead of him. Then they went free wide with Button, and Button got up to second. So it's Verstappen, Button, Perez, Gasly, and myself. We are the top 5 at the moment, and I'm straight away wanting to get on Pierre Gasly. I'm aware that I think I've taken a knock to the front wing, but for now it feels fine as we go down the inside of Gasly to take P4 and try and recover from that awful start that we've made. I nearly lost more positions in the middle of all that. Somehow I didn't, but we're now in P4 and I am chasing up Sergio Perez for P3. This is the championship fight right here. Verstappen is cleared off into the distance. He's another one of my championship nemesis as well. So we really want to get ahead of Max if we can. We're having a look at Perez. It's just not feasible around there. And I'm trying to get back into his slipstream and find an easy way through. But this could be it then. Lap 2. We are getting into the slipstream. Are we close enough to make it work? I don't think we are. We're going to have a look up the inside, but I missed my braking spot trying to avoid him. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I have collided into Perez and round he goes. That's definitely going to damage my front wing if it wasn't damaged before. And, well, that is a disaster. I can only say I am so sorry. What happened there was I went for the overtake and then I tried to back out when I realised it wouldn't work. I tried to then swerve left so that I would go wide without hitting Perez, but unfortunately I clipped the back wheel of him and that was it. Perez went round and I'm so sorry for that. We've also got an Alfa Romeo randomly spinning out there. I'm not sure which one that is. I think that might be Latifi, but he is now facing the right way and you can see me going past there at the back of the field. And it's actually Markelov that went round. I do apologise. God, it's a bad day for the Russians in this race. And speaking of being a bad day for the Russians, I'm now approaching Nikita Mazepin and making it even worse by overtaking him. And, well, that's not the most legal move in the book, but we'll go with it for now. I'm not wasting too much time behind the Hasses, and what I want to know is how my collision with Perez was not a penalty. I should have served a time penalty for that. Somehow got away with it. Oh god, what was that attempt at an overtake? That was just flat out corner cutting. Right, we're going to slot in behind Mick Schumacher here, and we're going to get a nice run. We're going to use the DRS. We're going to use overtake. And it's not even a contest. It is not even a contest. That has. It's got about as much speed as a supermarket trolley. And we are through up into P17. This has become a bit of a fight back this afternoon. As now we approach King Latifi in 16th. King Latifi going very defensive. But I'm going to try and sweep down the outside. And what is going on in front of me? I think that's Perez getting past Guan Yu Zhou and approaching Carlos Sainz in 13th, so Guan Yu Zhou's the next car I've got to overtake, and again we've got slipstream, overtake and DRS. We've also really got not a lot of room to make that move, but we make it stick. Are we going to go down the inside of Perez too? Yes we are, and we make the move stick. Unlike the half committing move that we made early in the race, we make that one stick, and it's up into P14. Wide we go. And we've now got P14. Next up is the Ferrari of Carlos Sainz. And that's a very late braking move if I ever saw one. And a very late dive, but you know what? If it can work for Daniel Ricciardo, it can work for me. We are up a position. Right, next up, Esteban Ocon. Carlos makes an early pit stop. Ocon next, down the inside. Boom, done. Who's next? George Russell. Then it's Lance Stroll. And those two seem to be having a little bit of a battle at the moment over the final points paying position. But guess what? I'm coming along to deprive you both. And here I am. on lap 11 out of 27. We are getting towards the slipstream of George Russell now, but he is tucked up right behind Stroll. He's not letting Stroll out of his sight at all. So George really turning it up in this race, really going for it in the Williams, but we are now going to have him up the inside here. That is going to be P10. Next up is Lance Stroll in P9, and that was relatively easy. Giovinazzi and Hamilton are next up the road. Hamilton's not having a great day today as we've gone very wide, and we've also got past Italian Jesus up into P12. Next up then is Yuki Sonoda. Also, we've made a change of tyres in the middle of all that. We have now gone on to the medium tyres to go to the end of the race. Lap 13 out of 27. We're now catching Yuki Sonoda, having just got past Italian Jesus. And that'll be for P11, but I reckon that'll be higher when the cars that haven't stopped yet inevitably make their stop, because some of them started on mediums. So it'll be another lap or two yet before they make their pit stops. But we are catching Sonoda nicely. And I think we're on a good lap while doing so as well. Now we're getting well within the DRS zone, but I don't think we're close enough just yet to make this overtake. But we're making a lot of gains on this straight. It's going to be a brave move if we do go for it. Are we going for it? Yes, we are. Did I send it or did I not send it? Full send down the inside there to pass Yuki Sonoda. And like I said, that was a brave one. Right, Guan Yu Zhou is next. Having not pitted, he is currently running in P10, but I reckon he is going to drop very, very quickly. And for the second time of overtaking him, he really doesn't give me a lot of space down the inside there. But we used the little space he gave us, and that is P10. Right, we're also on a very good lap. I'm hoping to set another fastest lap here. And that's a lot of the circuit and a bit more. I think we did set a better lap. And now we are tucked up behind Leclerc and Hamilton. And we're going to try and sweep it around the outside of Lewis Hamilton here. Will that work? Will it work inside here? Yes, it does. Oh, Hamilton really fighting me on the outside there. And it just about worked. Hamilton having to back out or collide or go very, very wide. But we managed to make it work. Next up is Charles Leclerc in P7. And he is not all that far in front of us, so we should be able to get him with a bit of cheeky DRS and an even cheekier use of the overtake button, although that's hideously wide there. That helps nobody. We lose a little bit of momentum there, but what we lost we will gain with overtake with DRS. Leclerc tries to defend and defends quite late there. We nearly go into the wall, but I brake later, go down the inside and just about get the move done. Don't appreciate the late defending there, lad. What's going on? What's all that about? Anyway, P7 now, and I think everyone has pitted by now, so we are running legitimately in P7. That's Gasly and Bottas having a battle for 5th just ahead of us. So let's try and interfere with this little battle here. Oh, well, that's not going to help. That's only going to hurt the under tray, so don't want to do that too many more times in this race. But we are catching Gasly and Bottas, and Bottas seemingly stuck behind Pierre Gasly. We've now got a run on him coming into turn 2. Bottas defends. We're going to go round the outside, and well, that's the move done there. Bottas completely backing out of that one. I don't know if I hit him or not. No, I didn't hit him. Bottas just got it very, very wrong. Right, now we're back behind. We're right up behind Gasly, should I say. This is for P5. Overtake, DRS, down the inside. Jobs are good and up to P5. Next up then are Norris and Ricciardo, quite a way in front of us. So it's going to be hard to pass them, but I reckon we have the pace to do so, because our pace in this race has just been absolutely electric. And this is what one of the things I love about driving round here, is that I am relatively quick round here, and we have caught Norris and Ricciardo quite nicely. And Ricciardo, I think we might even be able to take in the next few corners. And it's crucial that we do for our race, because I am sensing a podium here. But first off, we need to catch up. And Ricciardo defending his line there. But when we come round to the next DRS point at turn 2, this should be the move done. Although Ricciardo's got DRS, can we outbrake him? Yes, we can. Up into P4. Next up ahead of us is Lando Norris. I don't think we're going to be able to catch Jenson Button. I think 12 seconds in 2 laps. Despite how quick I can be round here, I think that's just way too tall. I think that's way too tall an order. And you see me there going full send on Ricciardo. Great move there. Right, now we are looking at Lando Norris. Deprived of a win here, IRL. And he's going to be deprived of a podium by me. Because we've got DRS, we've got overtake, we've not got any room on the inside, but we're able to go down the inside of the left kink, and we managed to make that work. Lando tried to get the inside of the corner, but it just didn't work out for him. See a replay there, I just duck left, and the move is pretty much done. I do move right slightly to just put a little bit of a spook on Norris to see if he'll back out, which he did. Verstappen, though, he's been untouchable today. Jenson Button is right with him, and Norris and Ricciardo are now having an intense scrap for 4th behind me. But Norris has been able to keep the position, I think. No, he hasn't. Oh, they're still going at it. This is madness towards the end of the race. But Verstappen wins. It's 2nd place for our teammate Jenson Button. It is 3rd for me. We'll take it. It's another podium. Back on the podium after a hard race in Monza. I'll take it.
Super driving, really strong pace. Very, very happy.
A great race then, and a fantastic win here in Sochi. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Clash of the Titans in Russia then, as me and Perez came together, and I can only apologise profusely for that, but Perez finishes P10, I've taken 3rd, Verstappen wins, Button 2nd, I'm 3rd, Norris 4th, Ricciardo 5th, Gasly, Bottas, Leclerc, Hamilton and Perez rounding out the top 10. I mean, as a comeback, I feel like I did a really good job there, but I do have to apologise for the incident with Perez. I do have to hold my hands up and say that was my fault. I misjudged that. I went for the overtake, tried to back out, outbraked myself and tried to avoid Perez, but I still clipped his back wheel and round he went. But we have extended our lead. We have extended the lead to Perez, but Verstappen has closed in on us now. He's gained a few points. He is within 20 points. Perez is within 33. I think Hamilton can kiss goodbye to the championship chances. I think he is pretty much falling out of it now. Having dominated the start of the season, it's just not gone well for him. He's now 43 points down. Then Bottas, I think we can say, is well and truly out. Gasly ahead of my teammate at the moment, though. Come on, Jensen. I need you. Keep getting results like this. Sonoda, Norris and Ricciardo rounding out the top 10, and Charles Leclerc just about muscling his way towards the top 10 now. And as you can see in the Constructors, we are very close now to Mercedes, but I think the fight in the Constructors is for 2nd. I think Red Bull are just romping away with it at the moment. They're 50 points clear, so I'd assume for now we ain't going to get anywhere near Red Bull. Well, that was the Russian Grand Prix. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new and you want to see more content from me. Until the next time, I've been Joe. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. TTFN, guys. Ta-ta for now.